Shalom, all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruach Kwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect Archeum that are teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruach Kwadash. Now, as you can see here, this is a article from the BBC, right? And it's King Charles, or the so-called King of England, and pretty much he's the last month he was doing like his rounds in like Australia and different Commonwealth countries. And he went to Australia and basically was doing all these, apologies to the Samoan people. Because if you know, like the Australia was ruled by what? Who? Japhet. So Samoans are Japhet. You know, the people you see in Samoa, Hawaii, the islands of the sea, Hawaii, Tonga, they are known, they're Japhet basically. They're actually the sons of Japhet. And Esau conquered them. So over there now, the King Charles was doing these speeches, and guess what came up? Slavery. All right? And how they need to apologize for their colonial past, and, the typical, things Esau says. But, we know their words are softer than oil, as the scriptures say, softer than butter, man, but war's in their heart, all right? So let me read this here. Why the king can't say sorry for slavery. Because no one don't even believe these apologies anymore, man. And the only way these so-called white people, right, their apology is going to be they're going in slavery because they are their forefathers, man. Okay, there's a such thing as reincarnation. So even King Charles, the Queen recently passed, she's going to be born back again into slavery, man. That's their apology. All right. So let me read this here. Why the king can't say sorry for slavery. Okay. None of us can change the past, the king said to Commonwealth leaders. And that's what he said, right, in one of his speeches. And you can't, because it's the Lord that set you in power, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. He gave the basis of men, which is you Edomites. He gave you the dominion of the earth. I'm gonna get into the scriptures. And you conquered and raped, robbed, and pillaged by what? Your blessing. Which the blessing of Esau was what? The sword. Okay? That's how we know who Esau is today. How does the so-called white man rule today? How does America, which is ruled by the so-called white man, the Edomites, how do they rule today? By their blessing, which is the sword. Okay? So let me read this here. The most painful aspects of our past continue to resonate, King Charles III said this week to Commonwealth leaders in Samoa, as arguments about reparations and apologies over the slave trade rumbled once again. All right, reparations means to repair. And now this is talking about the Samoan people. But look, the first people Esau brought down, let's say in the Western Hemisphere, the people that Esau brought down in America, and then we go into the transatlantic slave trade in, from West Africa and different parts of Europe. But in America, the people Esau brought down was who? The Native Americans, the Gadites. Okay. And till this day, they're complaining about what? They're complaining about the land being stolen from them. And reparations means to repair. Okay? To repair what? The wounds that you caused, man. And the only reparations is you to fix what happened. You got to go in slavery, according to the Bible. Okay? So let me read this. The most painful aspects of our past continue to resonate, King Charles III said this week to the Commonwealth leaders in Samoa, as arguments about by the way, the Samoans, which are Japhites, they're heathens. The Lord ain't dealing with those people. Now there is Israelites among them. I just wanted to say that, right? But the Lord ain't dealing with those people as a whole. Okay, so even the hell they caught, the Lord don't care about those people. The Lord only cares about the hell that the Negroes, Latinos, Native American people caught, all right? Because that's his people, okay? So in arguments about reparations and apologies over the slave trade rumbled once again. That's become an occupational hazard for the royal family, as it can't shake off the question about the long shadow of historic links to slavery. Yeah, because the royal family, the international bankers, all the elite people of the so-called white man the Edomites had a heavy hand in what? The slave trade, all right? Enslaving Israelites, enslaving the planet. That's how they got rich. So they can't shake it off. That's why it was always they always get questioned about it. They can't seem to shake that off. Okay? And they won't be able to. Okay? It's even more point. It said that's become an occupational hazard for the royal family as it can't shake off questions about the long shadow of historic links to slavery. It's even more pointed in a forum such as the Commonwealth Summit, with leaders representing some of the countries most affected by the legacy of colonialism and slavery. But even if the king had a personal belief that there should be a symbolic apology or a commitment to reparations, he would have been able to deliver it. Monarchs speak on the advice of ministers, and on a question of such political sensitivity, his speeches will have to stay within the boundaries of the government policy. In other words, he has to stick to the script. A week ago, Downing Street signalled quite clearly that there would not be an apology or a deal on reparations from the UK at the summit in Samoa. Yeah, meaning we ain't apologizing to you. But then they're sticking it on. King Charles. He's a puppet anyway. But he has to follow, like it said, he has to follow the script. Go there and give the generic smooth speech basically. But the UK or the Edomites over here in the UK, they're ruling governance. Their pride. They ain't apologizing or giving any reparations for their colonial past, man. They've made it clear how they feel about so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and their other subjects. Okay, that meant that was whatever the king might privately think, anything he said about such historic wrongs would reflect the line set by the government. None of us can change the past, the king said. Diplomatically, neatly aligning with Prime Minister Keir Starmer's line that we can't change our history. That hasn't stopped the king from going very close to the wire. In Kenya last year, the king spoke of his great sorrow and regret at the wrongdoings of the colonial era. And they don't care, man. That's just those smooth words, man. Okay? That's pretty much it. It says, although expressing it as sorrow includes the emotions and the voids and liability and expectations of compensation that might come with sorry. There is no compensation, man. These are Edomites. These are the devil. They've raped, robbed, and murdered, and they have the wealth of the world now. Okay? And the reparations is going to be Yahweh Shai returning and enslaving them, beginning with the international bankers. All right? That's the reparation means repair. To repair. So to repair is when the Lord comes back and repairs the wrongdoings of the so-called white man. That's what's going to happen, okay? According to the scriptures, all right? So that's a joke, asking for a sorry and reparations. First of all, no money in the world that Esau can give to Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans can help fix the problems with Jake. We are under a curse, first of all, okay? And I was saying this because he went to Samoa, but that's how they feel about all their subjects or all the people that they've conquered. Okay? And no money in the world, can fix the wounds that these devils have caused, man. Okay? Money can't fix that. The fixing is the Lord changing us and enslaving them, okay? So this is Psalm 55 and 20. He have put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He have broken his covenant. All right. Yeah, he put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. Yeah, the Native Americans or the tribe of Gad, they were at peace with Esau when he came to the Americas. All right. Even in the West Africa, for the most part, the explorers the conquerors that were coming there, when they first arrived, the people that they encountered were being peaceful with them. But we know as Esau, war's in his heart. He didn't come to be peaceful. He came to survey the lands and even in the writings of Christopher Columbus, he said in his writings, these are a peaceful people, when he encountered the Taínos, said these people are very peaceful. In his observations, they'll be easy to conquer and make slaves. Why? Because our people didn't come in a fighting tip first, man. They came, they greeted them. So we were at peace with them. All right. He have put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He have broken his covenant, and he broke the covenant, man. Because that's Esau for you, who will talk peacefully and then stab you in the back. And what's the covenant? The covenant is the laws of these scriptures, man. See, that's why we tell you Esau, the so-called white man, is who? He goes back to Cain that killed his brother Abel. That's the spirit. That's the spirit on these Edomites. They go back to Cain that killed Abel, man. Okay? That's their spirit. They got the spirit of a murderer, man. So that's what it says here. He hath broken his everlasting covenant. Okay, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Yeah, his words were softer than oil, because isn't that how the so-called white man speaks? Softer than oil. Oh, forgive us. You know, that was our past. Things have changed. We're going to build a better future. All this bullshit that these Edomite politicians and their so-called royal families speak, man. It's all smooth words, man, softer than oil. Christopher Columbus, he spoke soft oil words. Then he came with swords, all right? Came with more conquerors. What they call them explorers, but they're really conquerors, okay? The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. And that's the so-called white man. Till this day, they have not changed. All Edomites. Okay, his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. Let me keep reading it. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. But thou, O power, shalt bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men, okay, it says, bloody and deceitful men shall not live out their days, but I will trust in thee. Okay, yeah, they're gonna be judged in the end. But the point is, they speak these soft words, these devils, but their main thing is the sword. Okay, they speak all these soft words, but they really about the sword. Okay, they're a warlike people, the Edomites. That's how we know who Esau is today, also, man. Okay. That's how we know who Esau is today. We know the Edomites is a so-called white man today. Because why? They fit all the scriptures. They're the warlike people. Okay. Ecclesiastes 41 and Ecclesiastes 40. Ecclesiastes 41 and 5. It says, the children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. Yeah, the children of sinners are abominable children. Okay? Who's that going into? That's the so-called white man, the Edomites. They're children of sinners. They're a lineage of sinners, man. Okay? Primarily. Now, people, you say, well, everyone sins. Yeah, that's true. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans also sin heavily. The Lord said that. But the people of wickedness and the actual people of sin, of wrong, are the Edomites. Okay? So this is what it is. The children of sinners are abominable children. Yeah, and they're abominable, man. Just because they have the wealth of the world today, everyone looks up to them. You got these bugged out people trying to follow after the ways of the so-called white man. They're really sinners and abominable, man. You're following after an abomination people, really. Believing in them. Believing in the other white meat, white J and all that. You're following abominations, man. Okay? So the children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. Yeah, their inheritance is gonna perish. What's their inheritance? The world that they've stole, man. The wealth of the world, all the best lands that they reside in. They're gonna lose all of that, beginning with the international bankers. Okay. It says the children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake. Yeah, and that's what's happening now. See, they can't avoid their wrongs. See, years back, they could say, forget about slavery, it was the past or whatever. The usual nonsense that they spewed. All the wickedness that they've done, when our people mention it, when Negroes or Latinos mention their wickedness that Esau has done, forget it, sweep it under the rug. It's done now. Let's move on. You've got jobs now. But now they can't avoid it. You see why? Because the Lord's lifted the veil. The last 5 years, the Lord's lifted the veil on the wickedness of this society. Why? And that's another sign of the times. Because also we know that we're coming into what? The New World Order. All right? We're coming into what? The New World Order, man. And part of the New World Order, was to basically make all people one. So they're trying to erase their colonial past, bring everyone together, all of this nonsense. And then basically see-hip everyone. But you can't avoid this, man. Okay? You can't avoid it. The children will complain of ungodly fathers. And that's what they've been doing the past 5 years. That's all these Edomites have been doing. Complaining of their foreparents, man. All right? It was the past. We don't live like that anymore. Whatever. You know, knowing all the wickedness that they've done is the reason they're on top today. Knowing all the wickedness that they've done is the reason, you know, Jake is fucked up today, man. That incurable wound. Okay? So anyway, the children will complain of ungodly fathers because they shall be reproached for his sake. Because there's a such thing as reincarnation, all right? Christopher Columbus is back. Hitler's back. You name it. Hernan Cortez is back. Is coming back. All these people will be back to serve their slavery. So the colonial forefathers of the past, they're not here now, right? So who's going to pay the price for what they've done? The Edomites dwell in the world today, man. Whether they're in England, Australia, wherever the hell these Edomites dwell, they're going in slavery for the crimes of their foreparents. Because when you get deeper into it, they are their foreparents. So the children will complain of ungodly fathers because they shall be reproached for his sake. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High power, for if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. And if ye be born, ye shall be born to a curse, and if ye die, a curse shall be your portion. All right? It says, and that's it. That's it. Basically, they're going, woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High. That's the Edomites, man. The so-called white man. They don't live by the law of the scriptures, but then they claim that they're Christians. Okay? The Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, for if you increase, it shall be to your destruction. Yeah, and they've increased. They've built up all this society that they live in. They've built up the world, their high-rise buildings, their cities. They've increased, but it's going to be to their destruction. It's really to their end, really. All this increasing they've done is really to their demise, so to speak. Okay? And if you be born, you shall be born to a curse, and if you die, a curse shall be your portion. Yeah. All right? Because they're gonna, all the curses in Deuteronomy 28 and 15 on down is gonna be reversed onto them now. And part of that is captivity. Okay? So there is no apology for slavery, man. They can't apologize for it because the way you fix what you did is you have to suffer what happened to us double, according to the Bible. Okay? You have to go double, man. Isaiah 14 and 21. I'll end it on this. Isaiah 14:21. I'll end it on this. Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. All right, and that's talking about what? That's talking about destruction for the Edomites. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. What's the iniquity of the so-called white man's foreparents? Slavery. That's a massive iniquity, the colonial past, the enslavement of the nations, enslavement of Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the chosen people of the Lord. That's your iniquity, man. And your iniquities have been found out, Esau. That's why now, they're doing their best for the past few years to avoid the tag of them being the Edomites, which they are, which that is truly who they are. But now it's coming out. And all the things Esau, according to the scriptures, would do, they fit. These so-called white people dwelling on the earth today fit. So they're being prepared for slaughter. When we read these scriptures, we go out and teach the word. Doing these videos on the wickedness and the history of Esau. Guess what? That's us preparing them for slaughter, man. Reading the word, the verbal word. Then the Lord's gonna come back and bring the physical, man. So prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. All right, and that's what's getting ready to happen. Because what happens when Esau, and how's that going to happen? First and foremost, the nuclear destruction, the Third World War, which will destroy America. Different parts of the earth will be hit, but America will be completely destroyed. All right, the state of Israel will be completely destroyed, but be rebuilt. Okay. And then what? And then Yahushai delivering the elect, bringing us back down onto the earth, New Jerusalem, and we're going to go around enslaving the nations, beginning with the Edomites. So this is the future, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. Because when Esau, the so-called white man, fills the face of the world with his cities, there's nothing but wickedness there, man. Just look at modern society we live in today. It's backward and evil, man. All right? So you're right. There is no apology for slavery. The apology, the reparations going to be you going in slavery, man. So with that, I'm going to say all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rucha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to the hopeful elect Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rucha Kodash. Shalom, shalom.